Since Caitlin Clark has entered the league, the prevailing conversation around the WNBA has been drawing power.
Angel Reese once confidently claimed that fans watch women's basketball because of Hera Bold's statement. But when she returned to LSU with the Chicago Sky, the reception told a different story. You might have expected Baton Rouge to roll out the purple carpet, but that wasn't exactly the case.
There's one thing that Angel Reese is not. Angel Reese is not a draw. If you haven't believed me before, this weekend further proved that point. Because the Bayou Barbie was officially rejected in the Bayou. Angel Reese was rejected at home.
But that wasn't the case. LSU's 13,000-seat arena was barely half full, with only around 6,300 fans showing up, and that's being generous. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark had fans dropping thousands on tickets, and her preseason game sold out in a flash. The contrast, absolutely brutal. We've got the receipts. Rows of empty seats, $15 tickets left untouched, free tickets handed out like flyers, and a whole lot of awkward silence. Remember when Angel Reese said she was bringing eyes to the game? Looks like those eyes were focused elsewhere. If you're Team Caitlin, drop a CC is the needles in the comments. Let's go.
How embarrassing. Now, you're not going to hear this from the mainstream media who continues to pretend that the Bayou Barbie is beloved. You're not going to hear this from the media who continues to pretend that Angel Reese is a huge star.
Let's break down why this LSU homecoming might have hurt more than one of Reese's signature missed layups. This wasn't just any game, it was supposed to be her moment, her triumphant return to the campus that made her a household name. The same place where she danced on national TV with a championship trophy in hand. The same arena where fans once chanted her name like she was LSU's very own Beyoncé. This was meant to be her victory lap, her chance to walk back in as the hometown hero.
The Chicago Sky go into LSU, the home court of Angel Reese. Man, it's going to be lit. It's going to be lit.
Instead, it felt more like a ghost town with a scoreboard. Social media lit up with photos from that night, and let's just say, they weren't exactly flattering for Reese. Massive sections of the arena sat in total silence, untouched by a single fan. Entire rows were completely empty, with the upper bowl never even opened because they couldn't fill the lower one. For someone who says she's revolutionizing the game, the atmosphere was less WNBA stars' triumphant return and more forgotten. Open mic night.
Nobody showed up to this sucker. Nobody. Let me just blow this. Look at that. I noticed it right off the bat. Look, number one, look at all the purple seats down here in this lower bowl section. And then the entire top bowl, forget about it. Forget about it.
And here's the wildest part, tickets were practically free. Heavily discounted, some even given away. Most seats averaged around $15, that's less than what you'd pay to park at an NBA game, cheaper than a movie and popcorn combo. Still, fans didn't show. You could have tossed in a coupon and a selfie with Reese, and those seats would have stayed empty. The same woman who insists she's the reason people care about women's basketball couldn't even fill half the arena at her own alma mater. Let that sink in.
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese are not the same. Both had their homecoming celebrations this weekend. One of them sold out in 27 minutes. The other one couldn't give away free tickets.
Let's crunch the numbers for a second. Hitting 50% capacity in that arena meant drawing at least 6,670 fans. Angel didn't even reach that mark, falling short by around 300 people. That's not a close call, that's a clear miss. And when someone talks as much as she does about changing the game, pulling in less than a D-list concert crowd isn't exactly the flex she thinks it is.
In case you were wondering, I did do the math. How many seats were actually left last night? Over 6,800. In a 13,000 capacity arena, there was over 6,800 seats still available. And some people were saying, by the way, that literally There were some $15 tickets out there.
Even the broadcast crew seemed to realize something was off. Every camera angle was tighter than one of Reese's TikTok clips, trying hard to hide the empty seats. But unfortunately for Angel, social media exists, and fans weren't shy about posting the raw, unfiltered reality. Photos showed an arena echoing with silence, rows of vacant chairs, and a vibe that felt as hollow as her claims of superstardom.
Look at all those empty seats, folks. That is crazy as hell. I mean, empty, all that. Never mind all this. They could have put black tarps over it. Look at that. Look at that. Look, the WNBA still got problems. They got problems over and beyond one player. I don't know what they do about it.
You might be thinking, okay, it's just one game, so what? But here's where it gets ironic. Angel's been talking for months about how she's the reason women's basketball is booming, how she's the spark bringing in new fans. But numbers don't lie. Empty seats don't lie. And silence? That definitely doesn't lie. She can flood Instagram with reels and selfies all she wants, but 6,300 fans in a 13,000-seat arena is all the fact check we need.
The Brazilians sent their national team to Baton Rouge to open the WNBA preseason against the Chicago Bravado. The event was marketed as a homecoming for Angel Reese. The Bayou Barbie returns to the Bayou to be worshipped by her millions and millions of adoring fans.
This was supposed to be a full-circle Momenta Heroes welcome. Instead, it turned into a PR flop wrapped in a participation trophy. The very place where Angel Reese built her brand didn't even bother to show up. Her so-called ride-or-die fan base apparently had better plans, and if Reese can't draw a crowd at LSU, her home turf, then where exactly can she now? Contrast that with the player actually bringing fans to the game, Caitlin Clark. While Reese played to empty seats and awkward camera angles, Clark was busy packing arenas. Her preseason game in Iowa wasn't just full, it was electric. Every seat taken, every fan on their feet. Scalpers could have made a month's rent on those tickets. The demand was wild, the energy unmatched. Clark doesn't just attract crowds, she creates unforgettable moments.
Good luck finding affordable tickets for the Indiana Fever preseason game against Brazil at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Seats at the arena for the May 4th matchup between the Indiana Fever and Brazil were first offered to season ticket holders and a few top donors. It didn't take long for them to be gone.
And here's where things really start to spiral in the most popcorn-worthy way. When tickets for Caitlin Clark's preseason game at Carver Hawkeye Arena dropped, they didn't slowly sell over days or even hours. Nope, every single seat was gone. In just 27 minutes. Less than half an hour. Faster than it takes to order a pizza and instantly regret your topping choices. Fans were refreshing their screens like it was a Beyoncé concert, and this was for a preseason game. That kind of demand doesn't just whisper star power, it screams it with fireworks and confetti. The contrast couldn't be clearer. Angel Reese's big return felt like a retirement ceremony no one showed up for. Clark's preseason debut? It felt like a national holiday. One rookie can't fill a gym in her own backyard. The other is being treated like a rock star coast to coast. People are moving schedules, buying plane tickets, doing whatever it takes just to see Caitlin play. This isn't hype, it's the real deal. It's stardom, no filter needed.
Yeah, the reason why we watch women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Caitlin Clark has single-handedly turned preseason WNBA games into must-watch TV, while Angel Reese can't even get LSU to care for a single night. Sure, you could throw out excuses like timing, marketing, or weather, but let's be real. If she truly had the kind of influence she claims, fans would have shown up. The fact that they didn't speaks volumes, and honestly, it says more than any press conference ever could.
Crowd was praising their Bayou Barbie. The chance of Angel Reese could be heard all the way in the third row. Problem is, I wouldn't exactly call it a crowd. Even calling it a small gathering might be inappropriate. Perhaps a more suitable description would be a family reunion.
And it's not just this one game. This is a trend wherever Caitlin Clark goes. Ticket prices soar, jerseys fly off the shelves, and social media engagement skyrockets. She's not just changing how we watch women's basketball. She's redefining who watches it. Angel Reese can talk all she wants, but while she's talking, Caitlin Clark is out there delivering. Now let's really think about this. Fans are dropping hundreds, no, thousands of dollars on resale tickets just to see Caitlin Clark play. And not in playoff games or even regular season matchups. These are glorified scrimmages, the basketball equivalent of a sound check. Yet people are digging deep into their wallets, like it's their civic duty just to witness her in action. Who does that for preseason games? Oh, right, superstars, game changers, and icons in the making. Caitlin Clark.